So here we have this week's sneaker news, and there seems to be some really nice sneakers announced, and quite a few releases as well, coming out in the next year or so. So the first one up on the 14th of November, which has released apparently on Salehe Bembury's Beer Sponge website, is the Crocs Pollux shoe Juniper, and this is one of those sneakers that I've reviewed, the white pair. I can't remember what the name of it is now, but it's just a very average type of sneaker. It's fine, but it's just very heavy on foot, and in all honesty, if I'm wearing a trail shoe, I'd rather be wearing a Salomon or a Nike ACG. And on the 22nd of November, what's been announced recently is the Maniere Nike Air Force 1 Low While You Were Sleeping, and this feels quite similar to the linen colorway that came out a few months back, and the leather quality on this looks really nice. I will say that I'm not too much of a fan of the clear outsole, but overall the sneaker does look very nice. This may be a potential for me to grab, but I'm not that fussed on it because I'm not really that much of a fan of the Air Force 1 model. And also on the 22nd of November, we've got the Salomon XT6 Cortex with sneakers and stuff. The colourway on this looks really nice. I'm not sure if it's to do with the lighting, but I'm a fan of the XT6 model, and this one being Cortex as well. I think it's pretty cool, and the colourway is quite sort of neutral as well, so I do like it, and like I said, I'm a fan of the Salomon trail shoes. And on the 26th of November, we've got the Nike Air Max Waffle SP Triple Pack. And we saw the green version come out, which I just wasn't a fan of at all. This is still better looking because obviously it's more neutral. But even then, it's not something that I would personally look to cop. I'd rather have a pair of Air Max Pluses. And also in Holiday 2024, which I think has been loaded on the Adidas Confirmed app actually, is the Adidas Superstar. I guess it's AVAVAV. And this one is one of those weird, wacky type shoes, and probably go a little bit viral on on social media, and it's got almost like duck-like a toe cap to it, and which you can sort of remove, and it's got a Superstar trainer underneath. So the trainers themselves, obviously they're superstars and do look nice, and the white and I guess red or burgundy colorway looks nice, but however, just obviously with the duck feet type thing on it, just doesn't really appeal to me. And also in November, this is I think a ComplexCon early release, and it's a J-Tips Saucony Matrix, and I'm just not a really fan of these sneakers. Just the way they look, it's not something that I personally I'm gelling to. But there's two different colorways for this, and they both look okay, but it's not something that I'm like instantly want to sort of go out and grab. And also on November the 2024 apparently is the Cortez Nike Air Trainer Huarache, and this one's just the light bone colorway. The grey one came out and it's got some pictures for it, but the one that I'm interested in is probably this one, just being kind of more of a white colour, and I do like the gum outsole as well. So I think for me, I think these look awesome as a pair of sneakers, and I'm a big fan of Huarache sneakers, so I'll definitely be up for these. And also in November, we've got the Hidden New York Asics Gel Venture 6 Shield. And I think these are glow-in-the-dark sneakers, so I think Asics have been doing that quite recently. And the normal images for this do look nice as well, so it does look like a nice sneaker. I think maybe being Venture in the title, I think it might be one of those sort of trail-type sneakers from Asics. And so, yeah, it's not bad actually, and looks pretty cool. And on the 2nd of December, we've got the Air Jordan 12 Phantom. And this is another one of those sort of wheeled-out sneakers really from Jordan brand. And the Jordan 12 is probably a good sneaker to have during the winter time because it does look very sort of boot-like. And there's 3 different versions I think releasing in December. There's this one, and I think the blueberry colorway, and also the Soulfly collab, which I think will be limited. And also in December we've got the Nike Air Zoom Spiridon OG Sport Red. This was mentioned in the sneakers showcase. I think it was back in late July, early August, and this is a classic shoe at the end of the day, and something which I think still looks much nicer than the the Field Jacks from Travis Scott. Even though it's using the same midsole outsole as those, I think this just looks nicer, and I think I'd like to sort of pick up a pair of these if I can. And also in December we've got the Drake Nike Air Force 1 Low Certified Loverboy, and this is in the palest purple colourway. There's also a yellow colourway for this, but it's very sort of run-of-the-mill stuff. I've from what I've heard, the leather quality is obviously much better on these Drakes, Air Force Ones versus the TR version, and I think there's also a black colorway coming out as well. So it's still probably one of the nicer Drake sneakers, even though it's just a regular Air Force One. And also in fall 2024, what's been announced is the Nike SB Dunk Low Pro Cool Grey, and this is the orange label version. And it's one of those sneakers that's going to be exclusive to skate shops and maybe appear on the sneakers app. And I'm not mad at it, but it's stuff that we've seen before, really. But still a cool sneaker. And also in January, we've got this Adidas Crazy 8 Low, and it's a Year of the Snake. And I'm not a fan of this particular model myself, but I do like the effort that they've gone to create a sneaker for the new Chinese New Year. And also in spring 2025, we've got the Nike Air Foamposite 1 Black Vault, and this is something that's recently announced. And I think a black anthracite colorway, I think it was, or a triple black colorway came out last year. I think it was. But that was probably a good pair to sort of pick up because of being all over black. But this is a good substitute if you're into Foamposites. And also in spring 2025, we've got the Nike Air Force 1 Low Light British Tan, and this seems to be in some sort of suede material. You can probably see that, and the quality looks pretty good on these. And not mad at it. And a brown sneaker is really good, especially if you're going to work and that kind of stuff. You can get away with wearing it more as a sort of formal piece of footwear. So not mad at them at all. And also in spring 2025, these were announced quite recently, is the Nike SB Dunk Low Verdugo Mountain, and I think it's based on one of the mountains in LA or California, I think. And so it's a cool sneaker. Again, it's not doing anything majorly crazy, but at the same time, it's a very safe sneaker. And something which is announced for spring 2025 is the Nike Air Max Portal Dawn. There's quite a lot of different colorways with the Air Max Portal, and at some point I'll try and pick up a pair for a review because I do, am interested in them. I think it's more of a women's Air Max because it's got the higher heel, but I'd be just interested to see what they're like really, because the pricing on them is really good at £100. And also on the 30th of May next year, we've got the Nike Cobra 6 Dodgers. I actually think these sneakers are really, really nice, and I'm sure they'll be sort of quite limited. But the Cobra 6 model is obviously a classic, and I actually, really like this colourway as well. But I'm a fan of blue and white colours. And something which, to my surprise, I'm not sure if this is actually true or not, but on the, sneaker news websites, it's been announced that in fall 2025 we're going to get the reverse Wu-Tang Nike Dunk High. And again, something that is not too bad in terms of its colourway. It's been obviously reversed, and if you're a fan of Wu-Tang, then you'll probably be after these. And also in 2025, what's been rumoured to drop is the Travis Scott Air Jordan 4 Retro Purple Suede. I think it might not be this particular pair that drops, but maybe something similar to this. But I think they're kind of switching their attention to Jordan 4 next year apparently. So I expect something to come out with Travis Scott's name on it. And also in 2025, we've got the Air Force 1 Metal Swoosh. I think the swoosh can be removed as far as I know. But it's a cool looking sneaker. It's very obviously plain, but I like the fact that it's got sort of a metal swoosh on there. Just makes it a little bit different. And I'm guessing these are going to come out for Air Max Day next year, but I've put a to be confirmed date on them, and this is at DN8. So it's taking the regular Air Max DN that released this year. It's adding another 4 air bubbles on them, so I think it looks pretty cool actually, and I'd like to see something with a different colorway on it. And also to be confirmed is the Nike Air Max Plus Drift, and this is what they're dubbing the Batman color, which is a black and yellow sneaker. And again, shout out to Nike for making a nice colorway. Not the biggest fan of the Air Max Plus Drift, but if you're a fan of this sneaker, then this colorway is not too bad actually. And also to be confirmed, they've dropped quite a few of these Air Max Plus Tiempo models and colorways, and I think this one is fine. It's it's one of those sneakers that I don't think needs to exist, but I think it's taking on that sort of soccer football trend that's going around at the moment with all those types of shoes, and this is another version of it. And also to be confirmed is the Adidas Handball Special, and this is with Taiwan's Invincible consortium collaboration. I think with this one, usually with the handball special they have it as a suede upper. This one seems to be, changed it to a leather, and it's got sort of slightly different cuts on it as well. So again, not mad at them. And the handball special was quite a comfortable sneaker, especially on the upper. But it's one of those sneakers that it's fine. It's doing the job. And to be confirmed, personally, I'm a big fan of these. Is the Adidas Fear of God Athletics 2 basketball sneaker. This white colorway to me looks really nice. I think they're doing a good job in my eyes with Fear of God. Hopefully the price is a good price that people can sort of latch onto. But hopefully the performance and the comfortability, they kind of get that spot on, because I do like the look of them. And also to be confirmed is the Anti-Hero Nike SB Blazer Mid. And this is a sneaker that, I'm not a fan of Blazers in general. And they also have an SB Dunk that's coming out, or has come out quite soon. And with this one, I'm just not a fan of Blazers in general, in all honesty. It's not something, a sneaker for me. And also to be confirmed is the Nike Air Max 1000. This is done in collaboration with Zellerfeld, I believe. And it's a 3D printed shoe. However, my only issue with these is I think they will be very, very limited, and because Zellerfeld don't have the capacity to produce at large numbers, especially with 3D printed type stuff. So again, nice looking sneaker, but I just don't think you'll be able to grab it as easily as you think you would. And also to be confirmed, which maybe might be early next year and part of the Chinese New Year stuff, is the Adidas Superstar Tokyo Sokaja. And I kind of like the way these sneakers look because it has sort of embroidery details of the dragon, and I think the details on them do look pretty cool and quite nice. And to be confirmed, and these were obviously rumoured, it says the Whittaker Group and Adidas, and it's called Queens and Kings Superstar. I think this is part of one of the events that the Whittaker Group, who own Social Status and Maniere, and I think they're setting up some sort of event where you can sort of see some of their work. But just not a fan of this particular sneaker. Again, just run-of-the-mill stuff. And also to be confirmed is the Air Max Plus dot pattern, and this is a sneaker that I think looks actually really nice compared to some of the other ones that have been released. In terms of the Air Max Plus, I think this one does look nice, especially with that sort of translucent TPU cage. And also to be confirmed is the Jordan Flight Court Malachite. I did like the collab version. I can't remember the name off the top of my head now, but that actually looked really nice because it had some added details. But this particular GR version looks very plain, similar to like the Jordan 4 RMs. And I'm sure there'll be sort of nice sneakers on foot because the Jordan 4 RMs are really nice on foot. And these look like, I suppose, a rendition of a Jordan 5 or a resto mod version of it. So again, not mad at these, but I think again, if you see what colorways come out, there might be some nicer colorways. And also to be confirmed is the Adidas Megaride X Predator, and again, this is similar to the Nike Tiempo Air Max that are releasing, and it's got the long tongue on it, and it's got the Predator soccer cleat upper, and the lower half is obviously from a Megaride. So it's not something that I would particularly wear, but I think the Megaride sneaker is quite cool in terms of its look and very similar to a Shox.